Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green, welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie. We have knocked over 3 worlds in 4 episodes. Not too bad. This I opened up last time, and it's fairly important, because while it might seem like a dead end at first, notice how the music picks up, taking on a different style. That's right, there's another painting. Puzzle, sorry. And Grunty is sassing Kazooie. Quite a lot of people wind up sassing Kazooie in all fairness. The way to Bubble Gloop Swamp is now open. So you might note that we haven't seen this before. You've got a little visual teaser, which is very nice. Compared to some occasions in Mario 64 where maybe you just had to try jumping into every painting. And even then, some of them were a bit obscure, like you would probably wind up discovering Shifting Sandland for one by complete accident. We at least have a good idea of where we're going and what to do, but we need to head back towards the start. Because the witch switch is waiting for us. Right down here, we can bust these down. Thank you. Oh, I was just off. But there we go. That's pretty nice. And we can head back up here. So we've already cleaned out this opening area. We've had an easy time and we can wind up getting through the second note door. Now keep in mind there's actually a little bit we can do. We can go exploring quite a bit. And I want to take a little bit of time to start exploring Gruntilda's lair, because things really open up for us at this point. There is also a Brentilda nearby, so hold on, camera. Yep, there's a Brentilda. Where's my notebook? You have to look everywhere for Brentilda, really. They hide Brentilda in all sorts of interesting locations. Now, if we want to head to Bubble Gloop Swamp, see, right over there, you see those eyes and you think, oh, good, level. There is also a giant Grunty statue and a hole in the roof. You'll also note that iron grill at the bottom. Can't do much about the camera. And we don't want to zoom in on the wall. There's a Jiggy. But how do we get that? Well, you know that's got to be something to do with the witch switch. Grunty handing out the sass again. So let's do a little bit more exploring as I show you how far we can go. Damn it, didn't get the attack. So we can actually go this far. We can actually make it up to this note door. And we'll get a bit of a preview of what's to come. It's probably a good opportunity to explore and familiarise ourselves because we have a big Egypt-themed room. We have some walls we can break down. And note, a stronger gruntling as well. So, note how this one takes 2 forward rolls to kill. So you'll note that shock jump disc has appeared. That has a purpose. That will help us get that witch switch jigsaw. And over here we've got jumping boots. Keep your feet out. You can't use us until you've spoken to bottles, so we're going to learn how to use that in due course. We wind up getting a Mumbo token here. We have plenty of tokens for the next Mumbo spell. And over here we can see we can wind up seeing that palm tree and some more gumboots. So we'll get a bit of a preview. Does this have the... Okay, that one's unique because it doesn't actually have the monster eyes. Oh, I was standing on the shock jump pad for a moment. I was wondering what happened. Now, we can go up here as well. So we're just doing a little bit of touring. So, these gruntlings... still put away by one rat-a-tat-rap. And here. Wish the camera wouldn't rotate and... So, there we are. I wanted to bring you up here so that I can show you we've got a shortcut. Let's jump in. There we are. You recognize this area. So we are right back where we opened up Treasure Trove Cove and Clanker's Cavern. These just cut down on a bit of time, really. And up and back in, away we go. So this is more like a little, just a scenic tour. Now we'll need to break this open because it's important. Will it not do that? Like, that is getting so annoying. So we can see, oh, we can see a gruntling. We can see there is the world entry feature. And if we go through here, we'll see ice. I really should have an N64 controller. So we know that one of the levels appears to be a desert. One of them has something to do with snow. Banjo has terrible traction on snow, Kazooie doesn't. Now, even Shoes can talk to us. Don't think you can use the... Oh, rightio. Found out how. The dialogue is slightly different. If we go up here, we wind up getting a Mumbo token. Now, if we hit that switch... So, a fly pad comes up. You'll note we'll need those shoes because there's a very short timer. We can run as fast as we can with Kazooie. But it breaks. So we will need to learn how to use the running shoes a little later on. If we look over there in that giant grunty statue... we can also see off in the distance beehives guarded by bees. If you break those and try to go for the honeycombs, the bees will chase you. So we can't... Does Grunty say anything? You've found some notes, but you need more to break my spell and pass this door. Yep. Fair enough. So if we head up here, we'll note that our progress is barred because we can't open anywhere else. That one needs 450. But you notice that pretty much every room is distinct in terms of its style. Wait a minute. Hang on. How? So wait, that's... Rightio, okay, so we do at least have an instant command for the Talon Trot and a command to poop out eggs. Rightio, so if we go over here, there's another Brentilda on top of the hat. At least my book is in reach. Okay, so we've dealt with that. Is there anything up on top of this? No, we just fall off. So yeah, I didn't really know there was a Brentilda here. Is there a Mumbo token? There's a flexing Banjo. It seemed like a good spot to hide things. So, come near the beehive and... So note that the bees aren't bothering us now. Now they're bothering us, but they do have a set range. So we want to go back to that room of the giant Gruntilda statue. So we've essentially got the entrance room, then there's the double puzzle room, then there's a waterfall room, there's a statue room, the desert room, let's call this, and we've seen the spiderweb room. We can allocate little names to things in order to make navigation really easy. The fact that everywhere is so distinct is part of why this is such a good game. It's very easy to find your way around in the end. And the game does encourage you to memorize various things. There's another Brentilda in here too. I promise this should be the last one for a while. In here, I think. And there we go. Now, notice how that one was taken out with one forward roll, and the blue ones required two. They're slowly getting a bit stronger as we go through the different levels. Now, we want to duck into this level, and then duck back out. Welcome to Bubble Gloop Swamp, briefly. Keep your eyes open for your new move, Beak Face. Thank you, Bottles. Don't sass us. So we can take out a frog. And here's Bottles. These are the wading boots. Chicken Legs wears them so you can safely wade through dangerous areas like the swamp for a limited time. Okay, Chicken Kazooie, let's go grab a pair. Great, now you know all the swamp's new moves. I've got nothing to do for absolutely ages. Read any good books lately? Oh, okay. See you, Banjo. I'll still be here, waiting in my molehill. Oh, by the way, wow! Your best note score is 0. Well done, Banjo. So, we have a couple of dragonflies. These are buzz bombs. So, we know that Grunty is over there, but what we want to do is come over here and get these. The wading boots, aka the stilt stride, because Kazooie gets very long legs. Make your way behind the swamp. The only clue being that you might see this tunnel somewhere along the way, but notice how the atmosphere got icy. This is the puzzle for Freeze Easy Peak, and you'll notice how the carvings on the wall wind up being snowmen this time around. Got fairly basic standard appearance, and you'll notice that the colour scheme subtly changes to give a bit of an icy feel as well. It's sort of bluish green. It's really neat, just some very subtle but appreciated level design still. I do have to be in exposition because I'm sort of guiding you as I go. Break this. Break this before you go into Bubble Gloop Swamp. Because when you have to come back here, you won't have the means to break it. I'll show you why in due time. We've got that ticking. Just enough to make it to safe ground, and let's go back into Bubble Gloop Swamp. The music is a fair bit jauntier and friendlier this time. And we've got a golden... And, you know, again, there are somewhat earthier tones, but it's also much lighter. The green's a bit more muted and subdued. We've got bluer greens as well. It feels like a swamp environment. You can't see the sky, but there's just a really nice atmosphere to it. It's still pretty jolly in spite of everything, which is really neat. So, shoot an egg into Croctus' mouth and other Croctus will appear. You will have to find all 5 Croctus and feed those Croctus with eggs for a Jiggy. What's new? Don't think I need feathers. We will not be doing much flying here. Let's get out and grab that Mumbo token. Assuming I don't have to fight the camera. If you want to if you want to finish the use of the Stilt Stride early, press the B button. Gotta choose my phrasing there. This is going to be annoying. I definitely need to get the new Joy-Cons in. So, first Jinjo. So, what happens if we do step in the... Yeah, went right underneath it. Oh, what the heck. Sometimes the flibbits are actually kind of hard to hit. There we go. So, if we walk into the swamp water, are there... What's up here? I'm still convinced these look like matchsticks. So, if we do pop into the swamp water, we get our feet bitten. This is piranha water. Keep your smelly feet out. Nice of them. So, I won't go there yet, because if we fall off, we get in the... I won't use that just yet, because if we fall off, we get in the middle of a fight. Basically, whenever you're traversing Bubble Gloop Swamp, you can always just retrace your steps and be somewhere familiar. It's very nicely designed. You will be hearing this music a lot. Now, you can go and get some things with the level's transformation, which naturally helps us avoid a lot of these hazards. There we are. If we go up here, we can see an egg with a band-aid. And a Flex and Banjo. And a Mumbo token. We can actually see quite a few things. The lily pads are safe rides, which is very, very fortunate, and there is a certain other game that I really wish had copied that idea. See, some evil bastard decided to make this death water. And there we go, we have hatched a jigsaw. Wait for that to come round. Can be a little bit tedious in some senses. But stick our landing. And we'll grab ourselves a Mumbo token. We have more than enough. The transformation here costs 10. Now, I want to go and deal with the level's quote-unquote boss fight before anything else. This is essentially the central hub of the world. everything kind of branches off from this point. So again, very good navigation. Very nice colours. It's really interesting how this very similar palette to Clanker's Cavern, with just a few design changes. Like the overall aesthetic just alters a bit, and you've got the same palette, but it's not as dank and foreboding and ending as Clanker's Cavern. Now, an ugly, hairy trespasser is after our gold bit on. So, the gold flibbers. Fighting them can be fairly tiresome, especially since they take 2 hits from beak attacks. Well, you'll hit them with the rat-a-tat-rat once. The fact they're always moving and they're relatively low profile actually does make them a little bothersome to hit, and the camera doesn't help. That somehow counted. So. Somehow that also counted. So, if you are having trouble, that's how you do it. The Wonder Wing will take care of pretty much any challenge. So, easy enough, right? Just a little tedious in a sense, but it's a good challenge. I mean, it's a little frantic because you've got multiple enemies. I'm kind of bad at this, but there's an interesting trick with it. So, let's wait for the timer to tick down for a little bit. And then it resets. If you hit the switch again, this can be very handy if you wind up falling off. I don't want to get all the notes just yet. Speed is of the essence. And precision. Right, Banjo for this bit. There we go. So yeah, if you fall off, you can wind up in the middle of the Flibbit fight. Which is a bit of a pain in the backside, but again, you get a pretty good view of the way the level goes. It's got some slightly tense moments, but this level overall is not, well, if you watch your step, it's definitely not quite as threatening as Clanker's Cavern. The fact you've really got to watch your air in Clanker's Cavern can make things very tense. It's a little intimidating in a way. I think I'm just going to have to deal with that. Admittedly, the sensitivity on the control stick... Hang on a moment. There we go, just wanted to do a bit of recalibration to try and make it cooperate, because something I really dislike about the Switch controllers is how incredibly finicky they are, and how they'll wind up reading what seems to be completely different inputs. Because it was one of the things that annoyed me about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's like, I wound up losing so many games in World of Light because it's like, oh, I'm trying to recover. Actually, no, I've done my side B because I was just a micrometer off from where the game thinks the absolute precision of up is, and I died, which is so bothersome. It's like you had to be exact, you had to be completely in sync with the game
or else
and work out where it was going and what it wanted you to do, or you died because it made you do the wrong attack. We're probably getting to a good stopping point. We'll finish up once I've got whatever's up here. Of course, I know what's up here. There is also a Croctus. Now I need to aim it just right. I can't believe that worked! I'm actually surprised. I'm a little sad that didn't work. Fortunately, we can just not... Oh, and there we go. So we're nearly at the top. One more. And we get, for coming all the way up, a Jiggy. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.